little bit outside the. I'm not lopsided. The camera is lopsided. But that's not what we're here for tonight. Um, um, it's been a while since I found information on the internet that made me fell on a rabbit hole for more than I don't know an hour or two. Seriously, this rabbit hole is deeper than the chemicals turning frogs gay or something. I mean, yeah, that wasn't a conspiracy theory. This. Are you ready? Are you ready for what I'm about to show you? Are you ready to energy is the economy? No. We don't care about headlines today. Let's go. Ooh, why is that black? Video, window, properties. Um, no, window's not there. Gosh, properties. Oh, there you go. Um, 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 um. About 3-4 hours ago, I found out that dude, yeah, the guy on top of the screen. See the amount of tabs that I have open? This is the main window. I had a second window with a second rabbit hole. I have my theories, but first.
It's not clickbait. On March 9th, I will be hosting my last theory episode, at which point I'll be handing off the channels to someone else.
I watched somebody else watch this video before about, I don't know, this part. Right here, maybe. I haven't seen the video myself. I don't know why he's quitting. I got the hints that he sold the company and now he's moving on. But then I started to follow on a rabbit hole, and it's like it's not just him. The internet, the whole cyberspace seems to be crumbling and falling apart for some reason. Not only people getting canceled and drama stuff, and no. It seems like a wave of something's happening on the internet. So something's happening. So a lot of people are taking a
Send tweet.
weird path. It's like we've been making videos for 10 years, but all of a sudden we don't want to make videos anymore.
We're all done here. That's all you need to know, right? Oh, wow. Forgive me, by the way, if I'm a little bit more disorganized than usual. Normally, I would want to script out something like this pretty precisely. But with an announcement like this, I wanted to bring it back to just us. There's no one else in the room. There's no teleprompters. There's no nothing. It's just the way that this whole thing started. It's a conversation between us.
It's sad.
And sorry that I keep getting emotional about...
But what I don't understand, if you really love this so much, why is he crying?
This, I'll try not to, but it's a big deal. You know, like, if you think about it, this channel is Steph and my first child, really. Before we had Ollie, before we had Skip, MatPat, like, it was this. This was our baby. This channel has been going for 13 years. I think in total it's somewhere around like 1,200 theories. And only half of those are FNAF. Shocking. I know, we actually did stuff that wasn't FNAF related. But this has been a literal third of my life.
And now he's quitting.
And I'm gonna miss you.
Why?
I value what we have here. I value this conversation, this openness, this relationship that we share. And I'm sad that I won't be able to see you every week. Which then I guess prompts the question of like, why?
Yeah,
Why
why?
am I doing this now? Why am I making this announcement today? Why am I walking away from the channels? Well, to be honest, it was Tom Scott. You can blame Tom Scott. Tom just did his farewell video, and I'm like, huh, well, he was able to do it. I want to be able to fly away in a helicopter. Obviously, that's not it. But really, my reasons for making this announcement today is probably largely the same as Tom's reasons, or Seth Everman's, or Captain Sparkles, or Papa Meats, or Stampy Longheads. Like,
See?
a lot of these videos
I fell in that rabbit hole by myself without him telling me that everybody is quitting
Holy smokers, folks, this ain't no dang joke.
the internet.
Join me on a little adventure for a moment, because I'd like to talk about dreams.
Something's
Well, there's, like,
fucking going on. That 6 months ago. We're getting to the peak. It started about a year ago.
I'd be lying if I said that I hadn't thought about
10 months
retiring
ago.
from making YouTube videos before. I've done
7 months ago.
Hey guys,
9 months ago.
I have made a lot of videos, and in most of those videos, I've ripped
Oh,
off.
this one was Twitter drama, but I think it's related to it. Oh, I just closed the window that I didn't want to close. How did I recover it without really closing it? Control H. Fuck. I lost the window. One of them is not gonna get exposed. This is what gave me 11 days ago.
YouTube have made some massive changes that impact everyone, from viewers to advertisers to you, the
But that's in the future. We're not gonna talk about that yet. Wait, go back to him.
days, and there's going to be a lot more happening throughout this year. Steph and I have known this video would be coming for the last 3 years. We weren't sure it was necessarily going to be today. We didn't know exactly.
Stephanie's her wife? His
but
wife?
We knew it was going to happen eventually. That's why over the last couple of years we've been staffing up so much. That's why we partnered with a larger company to help run the channels. That's why we've been spending so much time outside of this box training up the team to make the best
But
videos.
why?
Because we knew that we couldn't do this forever. We knew that honestly we didn't want to do this forever. For as much as I love you and I love overthinking things and I love theorizing, I don't love late nights. I don't love the fact that Steph and I have been work first for over a decade, where I'm sitting down at dinner with my best friend and we're talking about business logistics, or we're talking about animatronic toes. I miss the days where I could just sit down on the couch with her and play video games, and it's not for content. Or I'm playing a game and I'm not thinking about what theories are going to come out of that. I miss it. So that's a big reason. That was a big one right there. But also just the
Burnout.
internet's changing. My
Everybody
life
gets burnout
has
when they do
changed
YouTube.
in the last 13 years. I mentioned Dolly before. He's the coolest little dude, and he's getting older by the minute. And I watch him, and he is so much fun, and he is so much smarter than I was when I was his age. He also probably knows the FNAF lore better than I do, which is a problem that I should probably address at some point. But honestly, I want to be able to spend more time with him. Another sad
Growing
fact of
up,
the matter is
maybe everybody's
I'm
growing
getting
up.
older. I'm 37 now. The other day, I actually had to Google my own age. And you know that when you have to start like doing math
Yeah.
in your head to calculate how old you are over the hill, my friends. Though to be fair, to my credit, in the theorist lifespan ever, like no joke, it is our highest view year. It is the year where we launched Style Theory and immediately put our foothold in a brand new space, and that took off, and now we're one of the top style and fashion channels on YouTube. And
Are you kidding me?
that kind of completes the trifecta of, hey, we now have a top channel in 4 different verticals that are completely different, and no other YouTuber really has ever been able to do it to that scale. That's amazing. This is also the year where I was able to meet you guys at our Broadway show. I was able to play at the PGA and show that, hey, YouTubers aren't particular.
Yeah. All those are personal motives, but something bigger is dragging the movement behind why everybody's
Really
quitting.
good at golf, but that's the note that I want to leave on. And that's how you just know it's the right time. All that right there, that is incredible.
Well,
That's
you
the
did.
note that I want to leave on. And that's when all of a sudden I start hearing people just casually dropping, that's just a theory.
It's just a theory, a game theory.
Now this is just
I'm guilty of that. Well, sometimes I'm just randomly playing and they say something stupid and I'm like, but hey, that's just a theory. A conspiracy theory. Game theory, a film theory, a food theory.
Just a theory, people.
At the end of the day, it's just a game theory.
That's just a theory. A Freebirds theory.
Also a lot of lore, so if you're a big theory head, proceed at your own risk.
I did not know.
Yeah, you did something.
I think
You
the
want to
best
walk
way
in a
to
high
explain
note.
it is with a video game analogy. Feels appropriate, right? Whoa, it's game theory. Ha! Did it. Check the game part of it off. But the way I like to think about it is, even though your mom's there and your dog's there and you're weird, just dust away. I stand astride my
Oh yeah,
music man,
I don't know about that. That he's gonna still appearing in some of the content until he walks out of the company.
And in a broader sense, it is a state of mind. It's a way of thinking and approaching the world around you. It's more than just the host. And when you think about it, not a lot of YouTube channels function that way. We're special in that regard. Like, you're not going to be able to get another Markiplier stepping into the Markiplier channel.
Or another
and you're never going to
PewDiePie.
be able to recreate Jenna Marbles.
Oh yeah.
And to be honest, you're never going to get another MatPat either. But you can have another game theorist. You can have another film theorist or food.
I'm so sorry to say this. They did it with. Remember his name? Philip DeFranco. He had was it BuzzFeed? No. Philip DeFranco had a different. Philip with PH. Philip. What? Philip DeFranco? Yeah. Company? SourceFed. But yeah. BuzzFeed and SourceFed similar. Philip DeFranco created SourceFed. Philip DeFranco created 4 or 5 channels, yeah, with Raina Scully and the other dude. I don't remember. They created a gaming channel. They had like a anime nerdy thing channel, SourceFed, and then he sold out the company, and the company went to, if you Google SourceFed. It's gone. So he might have a brand, but I don't think it's gonna be the same after he's not longer on top of the
in a lot of ways, we
company.
almost function kind of like the Doctor Who of YouTube, all with a passion for gaming and education. That's why we had the partner shows like Gaijin Goomba with Culture Shock. You know, so for instance, you have Lee, right? Lee's going to be taking over film theory, and
I started to watch the video around here,
well,
so I did not watch
I
that
don't know if
first
you've
part.
noticed this, but fewer and fewer of the words that I'm saying, it's incredible.
And then
mask theories. And that's I'm going to be
when
now that I'm stepping on.
every single channel is gonna have its own host, and he's selling the company, blah blah blah.
Channels, I'm going to be practicing my runway walk, because let me tell you, if I'm sashaying down the runway, if I'm stomping the runway, it's not going to be pretty right now. So I need to practice that a little bit. There's also this animation show that we did a pilot for in like the middle of last year. I don't like them. You matter to me. You are so important to me. Every single one of those people who stop me on the street, it's an honor, right? It's interesting.
It's interesting that the feeling. It's like I'm doing this because it's the best time to do it, but I don't want to do it because I'm gonna miss you.
That grandpa loves getting to see you. Maybe he shows up at a special event. Maybe he shows up at a holiday. You're not just numbers. You're not just ad impressions. You're not just merch sales. What you have done for me, and from everyone I talk to, what I've done for you, is special. Special. When I was in middle school,
It kind of hurts to see him
I had this
feel
goal
so strong.
of making the world a better place because I had been part of it. Didn't have to be big. Didn't have to be curing cancer. to have been a ripple impact.
600 million,
Because I was there. Butterfly effect. and all that.
Well, it's a fucking big ass number. In 8 hours.
I think we've been able to achieve something great here. You have taken me on the wildest, craziest 13-year ride of my life.
It's crazy that it's 13 years to the point.
So, Grandpa Pat is going to sign out now, and I'll be around for a couple more weeks. I'll be living around the house for a while. We'll have a big family reunion celebration. Then I'll go off to my little shack in the woods, my retirement home down in Florida, and I'll pop in every once in a while. Anyway, at this point in my notes, I had it written that we're going to start a countdown clock of that, like...
Business-wise, like, you have a collectible, I don't know, set of cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, what was the name of the stupid stuffed animals that everybody got insane and could be fucking cryptocurrency. The valuation of your asset is gonna hit a highest point of valuation, and after that's gonna start to decline. If you're smart, you have a fucking big collection of whatever, it doesn't matter if you like it or not, it's gonna come to a point where it's gonna be unwise to keep it. That, you know, it came to the peak. I haven't got it, this amount of views, this amount of subscribers, this amount of exposition. Before we are at the max, we're not gonna be able to do better than this. So the wise thing to do is just cash out, sell the company. If it keeps floating for a couple more years, decades, I don't know, good. If it slowly starts to sink, we did it when it was the best time to do it.
Final 10 episodes, final 9 episodes, so start that. I don't know what it's going to look like yet. Hopefully the editors don't rip off Unazanas too much. If they do, I hope they change it.
9 theories remains.
And with that, I'm going to say, for one of the final times, not the final time, but one of the final times.
No, you're going to
As always, my friends, remember, it's just a theory. A game theory.
Are you a fucking idiot? I'm not gonna cry. I'm strong and I don't have emotions. I'm not gonna cry. You know what's the most insane thing about it? It's been 13 years. It's been 666 videos. This guy knows about hidden symbolism and imagery and conspiracy and secret societies and Kabbalah and stuff like that. It's not a coincidence that's been 13 years, 666 videos. It's not a coincidence that maybe later, maybe they will have an explanation. It's not a coincidence that all of a sudden banana. But this one is not gonna be that emotional. I don't know him personally. I never watched one of his videos.
Dream?
What?
We need to talk now.
We have a big problem.
Ever since you took this stupid mask off, you've fallen off. You're irrelevant, you have no money, no views, you're trash. It's the truth.
You've ruined us.
There's nothing I can do about it. I feel it's already.
Oh, they actually put the mask on.
But people have already seen me. I've already face revealed.
Delete everything. Delete it, go back. We need to go back to what, 7 months ago?
Will the views come back, you think?
Probably. Why, I mean, they can't get any lower than they are now.
They ain't gonna hurt.
I can't do IRL stuff then? I can't go.
Yeah,
You can put it with the mask
Wear the mask
With
on.
the mask on.
Do everything you do now with the mask
If
on.
you never took it off,
The
we'd
same
be back.
comedy is going to
Am I that ugly?
Yes.
Even though I'm ugly. Dude, the internet is fucking relentless.
Do I will. I can't even see. How am I meant to put the mask back on?
Is this a party?
See through it. I can't even see. I can't even see.
The truth.
How am I supposed to
Come on.
put it
Oh God, he did kind of quit.
on? I need it. Wait.
So when I got the call from Dream, and he told me a little bit about what he had in mind, I didn't know if it was going to be the best job or the worst job of my entire career.
So this is a kid, but
Ideal balance of durability to weight. It takes
You're in the background with those stupid things. We go to McDonald's. Hi, welcome to McDonald's. No.
so he's quitting because he couldn't take the internet.
Kirkson, and I'm feeling a little nervous filming this video. I think it's one of the first times in a very long time where I'm making something,
Thanks
kind of
for the
talking directly to
memories.
the fans. I think the last time I can really remember doing something like this is like the old school TSM vlogs that I used to do back in 2014, 2015. But I want to make this video personally because I want to talk to you guys about the fact that I am stepping away from League of Legends and esports in general, and why. On so many different teams and working so intimately with people, you get kind of a connection and a friendship that I'm kind of yet to find outside of that. It really gives you a tight bond when you're working through all these issues day and night. I pretty much owe everything that I have and the person that I am today.
You know why he's quitting? Because of what I'm doing here.
League of Legends
Why?
and
We
my
watched
career.
that. We watched this, and the video is gone. You watched about 10 seconds, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, about a minute and a half from an 8 minute video.
And supported me throughout this long journey. So I just want to give a general big thank you to, first of all, the fans. You guys.
I'm quitting. He's not giving me reasons. He's just, I'm quitting. Not you yet.
Reach. As the YouTube game changed,
I've
over
seen
the
this one
years,
before.
The channel became bigger as my own standards became
But
higher
I didn't
and
finish
higher
it.
to keep pace with all the people I was collaborating with and competing with. As this became my life, I decided that my goal was 10 years, and that is today.
Okay, yeah, you
Subscriber
have
numbers weren't ever my goal, so I never did any big so many subscribers thank you videos, but still, just this once, for the first time in 10 years, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
But why they're quitting?
Reach. As the YouTube game
Front A, double click that link. Oh, this is music.
Hey guys, good morning and welcome to the vlog. It's been
I wasn't
over
expecting that.
2,000 times I've said that or something to the similar, and you guys have followed along, and I appreciate you guys so much. It's been an amazing journey.
January 1st,
one that
5th, a couple days
has
ago.
changed my life. Each one of you.
But why are they quitting if they all love this so much? I do have my theories. Don't worry. I'll finish up with the feelings and emotions. I just went through like goodbye YouTube, farewell YouTube, quitting YouTube, and clicked every single video in the last 10 months, 12 months. And I got a whole freaking thingy with website with thingies, and I was like, but like, why are they quitting? I probably watched one or two little pieces of video, and then I started to Google like some unrelated stuff. But why are they all quitting?
23, 3 months after my diagnosis. I'm a few weeks into chemotherapy
Okay,
now.
I'm so sorry for your cancer. He has medical reasons.
Wow. Holy SHTF. We just had an experience here at the office that left us all completely dumbfounded and
I just got
astonished.
scammed, holy shit.
That we were
That's the
questioning
strangest
our
thing
reality,
before.
we were questioning our capability to discern fact from fiction, from
That's one of my theories. You're not quitting. That you were just a theory. A conspiracy theory.
I was counting her streaming services and ran out of time. So
Yeah, this was one of the reasons I was like, oh.
In today's talker, first it was popular to cut the cord on cable, right? More and more people are now canceling their streaming services as well.
Yeah, that's something I'm going to do today. According to a new report from the Wall Street Journal.
That's why I'm wondering. It's one of the reasons. The internet wasn't about profit when it started. It was a compilation of people sharing information, videos, photos, files, doesn't matter. It was free for all, giving you everything you could fucking jam into the internet. That was the internet of the first generations. And then it became about, I don't know, blogs and I'm not talking blogging. I'm talking about literally type blogs and forums and little places like MySpace and YouTube, but it wasn't like the main side of the internet. There was like a complete room full of internet, and you started to get like little chat sites, I don't know, fandom sites, DeviantArt, like little bubbles where people started to put specific kind of content. Oh, this is a forum about cars. We're gonna put cars. Oh, this is a forum about food. We're gonna put food. And then you got YouTube. Hey, this is a place where you can put videos about what? About whatever you want. Cat videos, prank videos, reaction videos, mystery guitar man, Ray William Johnson. I don't know, the first people who started to make videos on the internet, and then they all went away, and the internet started to slowly die, and forums started to go away, and websites started to go down, and blogs started to close, and then all of a sudden the internet became these fucking giant places. Like you have YouTube, or you have Facebook, or you have Twitter, or you have TikTok, and people started to gather in there. And then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, and we're gonna give you Hulu and Netflix and Amazon Prime, and you can watch all your TV shows in here without commercials, and you're gonna have to pay like $3 a month or something. And then from $3 it was like $5, and then like $15, and then you have to watch commercials for in the middle of the basic ads content that you're not paying, like premium subscription thingy, so you have to watch commercials before and after you watch the like, dude, I'm paying this because I didn't want to pay cable, and you're turning this into cable. The whole internet started to collapse, and it wasn't about what it was before. It wasn't about jamming information and just letting it get spread through the fucking masses on the internet. It was about paying subscriptions to get pieces of content, and if you didn't pay for the whole premium package, you just will get little bits of information, when information was completely, I don't know, free back in the day. But then the corporations started to lose money, and they had to privatize the internet, and then it became this.
About 25% of people who subscribe to the 8 major streaming services canceled 3 of their subscriptions over the past 2 years. Now, the reason for the departures, growing monthly costs, and a lack of content. And yeah.
And if places like YouTube make money out of the content that people create, but people are not subscribing anymore because, I don't know, society is kind of crumbling apart, and people don't have the money to waste, and because it was like $3 and now it's like $25 for the same service, which is not the same service. It's the basic service, and if you don't pay the ad apps, you don't get like commercial free content or premium content or new releases.
Yeah, I have literally all of them. I have Max, Stars, Prime, Hulu, ESPN, Disney. I don't even watch Disney, so.
Jokers, wow. What
what a video we have here today. Okay, first off, before we get, we'll cover some stock related stuff in this video. I got a bunch of things I need to speak about because this is the last video I'm going to be recording for quite some time. I'm about to take the longest.
For some reason, let's see what Charlie has to say.
Hold up Rorschachs and ask you what you see in the ink blots and try and tie it to like some trauma from when your high school bully put your head in the toilet and flushed it. I want to talk about dream jobs specifically. Because 20 years ago, if you asked a child what their dream job is, you'd probably get some silly things like a professional ice cream tester, getting paid to try different ice cream flavors.
I thought he was
Now,
going to say like a nurse,
if you ask
doctor,
pretty much any kid
police
in the world
officer,
what their
fireman,
dream job is, all of them will probably give you the same
YouTuber.
answer. YouTuber. Or more broadly, online content
Influencer.
creator, so streamer, YouTuber, things like that. And it's a dream job for more than just children, obviously. There are people of all ages that very much want some kind of online presence as a career, and it's just become a very sought after occupation. There are more people hunting after an online career than there were assassins hunting after John Wick. And the reason I mention this is because there's recently been a rise in the frequency of large content creators expressing burnout, as well as just being completely miserable by the content creation grind, needing to take long breaks, or just outright announcing
Quitting.
that they're quitting altogether. In fact, that's what we're talking about today. That's the subject that I want to go over because Tfue just made a very heartfelt video saying goodbye to his audience, talking about how he did this video, which is kind of like the for a long time, again, if he ever does come back at all. And this isn't the first big content creator to say something like this, and just within the last week, PewDiePie also recently made an announcement about how he
I know that I have it here.
Unexpected stop. There's a cool lakeside music thing here.
Saying
Check it out. We're
goodbye
almost
for
right
a
by the
while,
hotel. It's really pretty around here. We never actually went, surprisingly, around Mount Fuji yet, so it's cool to explore. It's way different vibe. Mountains all over. It's really pretty.
I've lost track of his content because he stopped publishing, and if you don't get clicks every day, your feed doesn't give you the, ooh, here's a new PewDiePie video. See, 7.1 million views in 6 months. Matt got 8 million views in, 6 million views in 8 hours.
We just arrived at our little glamping spot. It's super nice. And the sun just came out as well.
The good thing is he's happy. He's not crying. Just let's go to the
So
goodbye.
cute again. Mom was too crazy to have one.
We did it.
Yeah, little
Viral,
dogs are really wild.
100%. Alright, what do we get? What do we get?
I've never played one of those games.
You collected all the coins.
Yes, I did play that demo for like 20 seconds sometimes. I don't know, when I was like 5 or something.
Hey, I get glasses.
Eggy, I'm trying to make outro. Just wanted to say, it's getting very close now. Very close to becoming a dad. I'm very excited. I don't know what it's gonna be like. I don't know if I...
Wait, didn't you upload it after that? Oh yeah, he did upload it after that. Where 6 months ago, but he lied. Saying goodbye for a while, and then the same month posting another video, and then the month posting another video, and but he doesn't make the content anymore. see what I meant about not getting the videos anymore? If you stop watching somebody, they just follow the algorithm. You have to make videos daily to feed the silicon gods.
See, I'm in the Estonian army, the Estonian military, and I'm gonna be here for 11 months. It's obligatory here in Estonia, in my country. Why am I making this video? To inform you that it's gonna be difficult for me to make any map content, any geography content for you in the few upcoming months, because the first few months in the military are actually really tough. But it is what it is, I gotta do.
Not you yet. near you. We
Here
might come
are.
back to you.
It's been 2 years, and today's the day. Today is goodbye. He laughs. I've got to experience so much. I've done so many weird things, and I guess I'm just so grateful. I got to travel the world, fall in love. I've had.
But why is everybody saying goodbye?
It's been long. It's been a long fucking road, dude. I feel like I'm about to cry.
5 million views 6 months ago. 11 million subscribers.
It's just been, I don't know.
Today, we're saying goodbye. It's gonna be a hard vlog, an emotional one to
Guys,
say the
also,
least.
I think I'm getting sick, so like I still obviously like.
Okay.
I think I'm finally getting better.
This is the hardest video I've ever made, and I haven't even started yet.
Stepping away from YouTube full time.
Oh man, this sucks. YouTube is a full-time job. And
No.
I'm sure you're probably wondering why. And pretty much the answer is just Nogla. All right, bye. Okay, the last part isn't true. Nogla is only a very small reason why I'm doing this. That's not true either. Nogla's a great guy, and I'm just trying to rag on him for the last little bit that I can. But there's a lot of reasons why I made this decision, and while I'm probably not going to go too deep into all of them, I do want to help you guys get an understanding so it doesn't feel like I'm just ditching you. So first off, my mental and physical health are in a very bad place right now, and I need to do some major adjusting to get them where they need
4
to be.
days ago.
Going off what I said earlier, I've always had anxiety and bouts of depression, but right now it's off the charts, and YouTube...
I feel you. I've been feeling like that. It's weird. I reached a peak. I was making videos about the Bronco, and I was grinding my ass off, and then all of a sudden, the Instagram thingy where my followers started to drop, and I was like, yeah, I almost hit 1,000 followers, and then all of a sudden it's like, but they're taking them away. I hit 900 followers, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking let you take my 1K. Grind it a little bit more, go back to 1.2 or 3 or 4, I don't know, and then all of a sudden it's like, your account has been terminated because blah blah blah, and it's like, but I don't even talk to people in the fucking DMs. And I've noticed that in my new account. We're back to 70! Let's see for how many days. I can pretty sure go into the account and check if it's still 70. It's gonna be like 68 or something. It hit hard. When you start to feel good about the feedback of, I don't know, the effort you put into the internet, and then all of a sudden it's like, but I can't anymore. Wake up in the morning, go work in the car for a couple hours, watch 2 or 3 videos learning what I'm supposed to do, because I don't know anything about mechanics. I'm just a crazy person, and if I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. I said I was gonna buy a Bronco, I bought it. I said I was gonna rebuild the Bronco, I disassemble it. I'm in the process of reassembling, but I can't. I just don't have the energy anymore. I guess that's what people call like burnout. But I'm not stepping away. Here I am. Getting sucked into the why is people quitting. I do understand. It is really demanding to please the algorithm gods.
YouTube is a big reason why. It's a job that I haven't had success balancing with my normal life, and I feel like I always need to be online and active, or I'm gonna miss
Yay,
something.
we still 70 followers.
Something's gonna happen, and it's just, it hasn't been good for me lately. Which leads me to my next point, even though it's a smaller one to be honest, but I really don't like where the internet is going.
Me neither.
Both with like YouTube and TikTok and social media in general with their super
AI algorithm
algorithms and all
thingy.
that crap, but also gaming in general and how sweaty and serious it's become, which I feel like it's bringing out the worst in people. And
yeah,
I feel like I want to be online less and less each day, and clearly that isn't really going to work with this job. Don't get me wrong, I still like playing video games, but most of it is the other stuff and the direction everything is going. But the main reason I'm doing this is my family, and I could spend a long time explaining all of it, but pretty much I feel like I'm letting them down right now, and that's really hard to say. Since it's pretty common to have recording sessions pop up or fall through at a moment's notice, I work a lot of unpredictable hours, and that's not fair to my wife, and having her just drop everything to cater to my schedule. And
sucks.
on top of that, I'm being a horrible example to both my kids in terms of the content and the videos I make and the focus I have with my job. Because even in the times that I'm not actually down in my office, I'm still constantly thinking about work and pulling out my phone.
No, I guess that's the main reason of everybody. They are all dads. Not me. I decided not to. Some people are not meant to have children. It's to improve the gene pool. Some people just don't belong into the gene pool.
And it's not good, and I feel horrible about it. So, what's next for me? Well, it's not glamorous, but I accepted a job with normal hours and a more predictable schedule where I can go to an actual building instead of my own house, work, then come home and just be done with it so I can spend time with my family and help around the house. It's definitely not going to be as fun as getting to mess around in video games with my friends, but it's something I can still be proud of. Now, does this mean I'm done with YouTube completely? That's a great question. It's so great that I'm not exactly sure how to answer it right now because I'm still figuring things out. I've had this channel for 12 years.
12 years! 1.2 million.
Let's say 12 and a half. So, I'm having a real hard time seeing myself just...
So people get burned out. They don't want to do it anymore.
Whatever his your name is. Love you, man, but this is going to be my last video on YouTube.
Why?
For a while now, I have noticed, a lot of other people have noticed that
Oh, tell me.
what you guys are doing is you're subtracting viewers as well as subscriptions from us. You've just been deleting views and subscriptions from many of our accounts, including mine.
585 people.
You see, for the people at the back of the class, what YouTube is doing is basically they're saying we are willing to store your videos, but we are not willing
To pay you.
show, promote, or even allow other people to notice that you have some videos. We will store them for you, but we will not let anybody know that you have made these videos. And how they do this is
They don't put you in the feed anymore. They don't put you on the... in here. If you don't appear here, nobody's gonna notice you. See how I wasn't even subscribed to him, and then
I'm trapped in this little cage?
he always wasn't on my feed page, and then all of a sudden I subscribed to him. Oh, and he stops publishing regularly. Oh. I'm getting more paranoid than before. Wait, we're about to finish. Why?
as far as videos
Do you have proof of that though?
How they do this is that they justify that, okay, we will store it for you, we give you this much
Space.
courtesy to store your videos for you when you upload them on YouTube. But we will not grant you this,
Publicity.
preferable status of bringing your showing people, telling people once in a while that you have made some videos. We will not do that. And if you ask them why, it's because they say because it's not making us money.
See what I meant?
Why is that?
See what I meant?
They
I
say
said that
because
early.
We cannot advertise on your channel. And when you say why, they say because you have, because you don't have, according to our rules, you don't have over 1,000 subscribers or 100,000 views. And because you don't qualify under these...
Oh, wait. That takes us back to this one. This one.
Creator. Monetization requirements have changed. New AI rules are coming into effect, and YouTube have finally released a tool everyone's been asking for, 4 years. So this is every single YouTube change you need to know, starting with the biggest of them all. Where else could we start but with the monetization changes? YouTube have slashed the number of subscribers and watch time or shorts views you need to join the YouTube Partner Program. But the key point here is that this new tier of monetization does not unlock ad revenue. You still need the all requirements for that. So what you need to do is start to learn how to monetize your audience, your community, rather than your content. So what we're talking about here are features such as super thanks, super chats, memberships, and the shopping feature. And by the time you watch this video, these new monetization requirements should have rolled out to more than 100 countries. Announced in 2023, but fully rolling out in 2024, you will be able to test 3 thumbnails per video upload on content. The requirements to do this are 1,000 subscribers and 10 million YouTube Shorts views over 90 days.
No way.
The YouTube Studio now has a new monetization page which will show you your progress to all of these state of... We'll get back to it later. YouTube themselves have launched a brand new mobile app called YouTube Create next. In 2024, YouTube will be introducing new labels to indicate to viewers if content is using AI. However, no clear guidelines or rules have yet been released that will specifically answer questions such as, will this include AI voices, and a million other things that you can over 2024. Very early on in 2023, YouTube beefed up policies around demonetization of content. This included adult content, violence, and harmful acts, even in video games. And this stuff was applied to titles, thumbnails, and of particular interest, the first 8 seconds of a video.
That's how they got me. That's how Instagram got me. I mistagged a photo. The photo was completely normal. It was me. I have the fucking... I posted a photo later on the new account without tags. I didn't use any fucking tags this time. They went for... These tags had really big tractions with this specific kind of people, and they were like, oh, we're not gonna let you use that tag anymore, and if you use that tag anymore, your content is gonna be flagged for this and that, and it's like a violation of our community. For tags.
Titles, thumbnails, and of particular interest, the first 8 seconds of a video. If you do make edgy content, obviously you want to read those guidelines. But if you are prone to the occasional F-bomb and your videos have some graphic stuff in them, you maybe want to wait until after 10 seconds into the video. Speaking of adverts, YouTube wants you to see more of them, whether you like them or not. And they're trying to do that by removing ad blockers from the whole platform.
Yeah, that's one of the B3 thingy. The Chromium environment is implementing a new I don't know, it's underlying architecture that stops third-party applications, any sort of add-on or widget or extension from sending don't track me requests to online companies. And that's the main way they avoid getting ads.
Users of the platform have been seeing more and more warnings like this if they use ad blockers. And as you might imagine, they're not happy about that. You may not like what I'm about to say, but I'm an advocate for YouTube and creators. I've seen firsthand the positive, life-changing impacts this platform has. So my simple message to you is don't use ad blockers. Get YouTube Premium
I don't.
And keep all
I use projects.
of this financially sustainable for creators. If you apply for the YouTube Partner Program and are rejected for any reason, there is a standard 30-day waiting period before you apply again. However, if you apply again and are rejected a second time, the wait period is now extended to 90 days. And that's why I told you earlier to check all of those monetization policies and guidelines on that screen. Many creators get rejected for monetization.
This dude is literally the corporation's speaker, literally. That's the way I will describe it. YouTube community tab, quizzes update, YouTube channel pages for you update, YouTube podcast update, YouTube ad breaks.
For example, you can no longer choose whether to have skippable or non-skippable ads on your videos. YouTube will make that decision for you. Overlay ads have been outdated for a very long time and contributed not much revenue, so there's no great loss there. to YouTube Shorts videos. This means that any links added to the description are not clickable, and a user would need to copy and paste them. And who's going to do that? YouTube did this because, in their words, spammers and scammers were taking advantage of Shorts. There isn't really to another video that's painted on the screen as the YouTube Short is being played. Now, else. There is a new promotions tab in the YouTube Studio that enables you to legitimately buy views and subscribers. Unless you're selling a product or a service, we can't really see the benefit of this tool. And so, as we've always recommended, grow your channel or...
So basically now it's gonna be harder to monetize, it's harder to keep up with the game. You have to please the algorithm gods, know how to use tags, know what tags not to use. God, YouTubing or social mediaing in general is becoming more complicated. Your post violates the community standards guidelines. Your account has been suspended for 30 days. Your chat violates our community standards. You cannot use the chat feature for 3 days. It's like, seriously? They are monitoring every single aspect of society through the internet nowadays. You're not able to say or post or think anything correctly that violates guidelines because all of a sudden you lose your internet privileges. Wait, I don't think you're related, but go.
Finally feels free from the content grind now that he lives in Japan. He's got his baby.
It's not clickbait.
Like, there are a lot of examples of this over the last year alone of huge content creators that are just kind of ready to move on from making content online. And I wanted to go over why. Because, again, this is a dream job for so many people. And this is something I've always said, and I'll once again scream it from the mountaintops here. Being a YouTuber or a streamer is the luckiest position you can ever have. And in most cases is legitimately easier than 9-to-5 jobs outside of the internet or other positions that exist outside of the internet. When you are an online creator, for the most part, you get to choose your own hours. It's very flexible on what content you're making or what you really want your online footprint to be. You are in control for the most part, which is a luxury most people, 99% of people in the world, don't get to experience. So how could there even come a time where someone's just like really tired of it or made miserable by it?
It's
I kind of just
really demanding.
Because it's not like these creators are geriatric now. It's not like they spent 40 years in the industry and they're just finally
10
ready
years.
to just say, you know, kapui, I'm done here. Like, these are still young people. Tifu's 25 years old. He has been online for over a decade.
PewDiePie's like 33,
PewDiePie
34.
is in his early 30s, and he's been online for over a decade as well. So they have been in the industries for
Most people have
pretty much since the infancy
like
of this
7 to
space.
10 years. The
But
people
they're
are
not like
quitting.
super old. So how does it get to the point where they're just really that done with it at such a young age? That's what I kind of want to explore here.
PewDiePie was going really high, really fast, and then he stopped. He got stopped by the cancel controversy, the bridge thingy where he said ninja, and all of a sudden he lost his YouTube Red series, and then he started to go back again. Like I said, when I hit 900 followers on Instagram, I was like, I know I have a fucking big audience on the Facebook page. Why don't I use the audience of that Facebook page to boost my numbers on Instagram? It worked. You're going up again, just like he was going up again, making content about, I don't know, reacting videos, meme reviews, and stepped away from the gaming content into more like reaction channel, and he started to make music. He released Bitch Lasagna, and then all of a sudden he was cancelled again. Not by the internet, but by Cocomelon. He got a lawsuit, and then he quit. He moved from Europe to Japan, and he was like, I'm done. I'm tired of the grinding. Mr. Beast can take the biggest follower thingy. I lost to T-Series. I'm not going to be able to defeat them. That's it. 111 million subscribers. I'm done. I'm not going to play the algorithm game anymore. And he stepped away. Not at the highest point of his career, but at the second bump up. And he was like, I don't want to deal with this anymore.
So,
corporations,
video,
companies.
It's a very honest and open look at what his content creation journey felt like, where he was streaming all the time, making videos all the time, and he felt trapped by it. Now, he does mention something that many people aren't going to sympathize too hard with, and I understand why. He mentions that having to stream 6 to 8 hours a day every day was brutal and draining.
Yeah, I cannot do
And
more than
a
3
lot of
hours.
people will recognize that that's kind of just normal 9 to 5 job hours. Like, that's less than 9 to 5 job.
Yeah, but 9 to 5, you kind of have like, you have the first hour of the job where everybody's like, hey, so what did you do last night? What did you go to eat? Did you watch a movie? Blah blah blah. Drinking water, having coffee, this and that, and then you start to work. 7 hours to go, and then it comes the morning rush. You do stuff and blah blah blah, and then by midday it's like, we really don't have much to do. So what about this and that? And you start to play with people around the office, the restaurant, the shop, the store, whatever you're working at. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, it's break time. Let's go to eat. And then if there's like 4 people, 2 people go out and eat, and then 2 people stay in the store, and then shift again, and 2 people go out to eat, and the other 2 stay in the store, and then when the other 2 people come back, it's usually the rush hour before you leave the workplace, and it's like, hey, it's been 6 to 7 hours. But yeah, you had a free lunch hour, you had the entrance hour, you had the let's go for a round in the middle of, there's no rush in the morning and there's no rush in the evening, so we have like an hour or 2 of doing nothing. 3 hours just interacting with other humans, with your coworkers, even if you have a cool work environment, it's like just chilling with dudes. That's not streaming. Streaming, you have it's like, it doesn't matter if you have a chat or not. I've noticed that from me. To stream is to present material or content and give a reaction to it. I've noticed that, for example, game streamers have more of a downtime to react to chat and read whatever people are saying, and then there's other streamers who just go live. They have something to say. They present you their information. I have this video. Then they might read one comment. They veer off a little bit of the topic. They go back into the topic, and then again. It's demanding in the sense that you're constantly having to be coherent without a script. It's like people DJs on the radio. Yeah, see what I mean? Brain fart for a second. I forgot, what do you call those dudes who speak? Oh yeah, DJs. Radio DJ. You can compare streaming to being a radio DJ. The radio DJ is talking to an audience that's not there. He's just talking out into the ether, putting out music, saying something about the weather or something, hoping somebody out there in the other side of the radio is listening. That's what streaming feels like. Sometimes you don't realize you have chats because you're so up in your head about what the fuck is going on the stream. Like, okay, I have a video here, I have a thing in there, I have cameras with there, and then it's like, oh, wait, there's a message in there. It's been sitting there for an hour, probably the person already left.
Job hours, and most people don't have a job that they love, or a job that's fun,
enjoyable,
like playing video games, and they're certainly not making millions of dollars playing video games.
Yeah, dude, playing video games for, I don't know, an hour is fun. After an hour, it becomes tedious.
Games for the 6 to 8 hours.
Especially if you don't have a good team.
So it's something that a lot of people kind of roll their eyes at, and I do your income for the month. Thing came up and it was too late to stream, so very rarely will you see me not online for 4 days in a row. That's apocalyptic vac.
Dude, look at yourself. I'm sorry, I'm not being judgmental or mean. He said, I cannot go for 4 days without streaming. I cannot go for 4 days without streaming. I look like a mess. My eyes are red all the time. For some reason I'm having trouble sleeping. I don't feed myself well. Even if I have the whole day for myself. Even if I'm a hikikomori and I don't go out of my room and I stay here. It's just... Pavlovian. You get trained by the algorithm to do certain behaviors for a certain time, and then you become accustomed to that behavior, and it's really hard to break out of that behavior, which is called an addiction. Or I guess in the words of B.F. Skinner, learn hopelessness. I'm pretty sure I've explained that concept many times before. If you get an elephant and you tie it to a post, when it's little, it's gonna try to break free until he gives up and learns to be tied to the post, and that he will never be able to untie it himself. And the animal can go up and get bigger and think, well, I'm tied to this post and I've never been able to get free from here, so I'm not even gonna try. I'm just here. There's a post. I'm here. I'm big. That's small. But I don't care. I've never been able to pull it out. That's learned hopelessness. That's one of the principles of B.S. Skinner, that all behavior was programmable. Like a computer. Algorithms are taking over the internet. The internet was curated for humans, by humans, for, I don't know, 20, 30 years? Until the last 10 years, there has been some sort of Cold War for artificial general intelligence, and everybody's trying to automate everything. Everything self-checkout and scan yourself and blah 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 and this and that, and the company knows when you're gonna run out of toilet paper because they've been tracking how many times you wake up through the Wi-Fi from your house and your phone, and they know when your toilet paper is about to run out. So same with your milk. It's like, oh, you had 5 bowls of cereals in front of the computer. Probably you're about to run out of milk. Do you got milk? But, oh God. You know what's crazy? When I was doing the research in relationship to what's going on, why are people suddenly quitting the internet? I came across. I did this. I got tired, and then I was like, oh, whatever. I don't want to think about it. And then all of a sudden, I got a little video here that said something about this girl fell down, and he noticed that one button under her skirt, and the I wear skirts all the time. The video was skirt, a really tiny skirt, an upskirt, and I was like, am I gonna click it? Am I gonna? I got clickbaited. Click. I shouldn't have done that. It was about a Korean movie about a hikikomori. A hikikomori is a person who's unable to go out into the world because of people. They are extremely anxious in social situations, so they avoid social interactions because avoiding social interactions is the best way to avoid social anxiety. The guy lives in his house. He has a routine. He does everything the same way every single day. Until one day when he's ordering a pizza that he usually stuck into a wall of boxes. The normal delivery person doesn't show up, and this girl shows up, and then there was an earthquake, and she falls to the ground, where she's unconscious. And then he noticed that all her body is full of tattoos and blah 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 whatever. Until he noticed on one of her thighs there's a button that's set on, and he goes and pushes the button, and the girl wakes up, and she looks at him, and she's like, "Did you press the on button?" And she noticed that one of the boxes, of the pizza boxes on the wall of boxes, it's flipped. So she goes up and flipped the dude. Doesn't think much of the interaction. She goes out, hits his pizza. He keeps doing everything the same. But there's a problem. The dude who has never left his house starts to notice that, well, he cannot think of anything other than the girl with the tattoo. And he goes out of his house to search for him. No. That's a lie. He wants to buy a pizza before, I don't know if it's Friday or Sunday or Saturday or something like that. He always orders the same day. except this time he wants to see the girl, and he orders pizza before Sunday, Saturday, Friday, or whatever, and a guy comes into the place and he's delivering the pizza, but midway the delivery, this guy's calling the boss and blah blah blah. I'm quitting. I don't want to do this. I don't want to work. I'm blah 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 and this and that, and hangs up. And then the dude's like, so is the is today the day off of the girl? And the guy is like, no, she quit it like 2 days ago, just like I'm quitting right now. She said that she doesn't want to leave her house anymore. And then the dude's like, but she shouldn't do that because she's not gonna ever be able to leave her house again, and blah blah blah. And she goes out, tries to look for her. He realizes that if he goes into the train, he's probably gonna meet people, so he comes back, and he's like, oh, probably I should take the bus. And then he's like, no, because there's gonna be people there as well. So I don't know. And by that time, he was outside his house, and he's like, oh, there's the bike. Probably I should go into the bike and like get it out of whatever. And he realizes the bike is not usable because it's too rusty, because he's been inside his house for about 10 years or so. And then he decided to walk. And then he realizes the whole city is empty, that no one's outside, that everybody is living inside their house in front of a computer or a TV. But that's just the new people who just isolated themselves, because people who had been isolated from people for long enough don't do that anymore. They realize TV is boring. So what they do is they have repetitive behavior, like piling up boxes of pizza or counting your supplies and stocking them perfectly in line, or I don't know, neat. Keeping everything neat. Where am I going with this? Well, the dude realizes that other people are starting to live the way he has done it for 10 years. And that he was afraid of interacting with other people, but he realizes that there's nobody left in the world. That everybody has been trained into living inside a little box. That everybody's going through what he went through a decade before. And then he finally reaches the apartment of the girl. And he tries to get her out, but she refuses. And she says that she's gonna live in there forever, blah blah blah. I don't remember what was the point. He gets her to the door, and then tries to pull her out and tells her, if you stay here, you're not gonna be able to ever go out again, because I've done that before. And then there was another earthquake, and she falls down. And when she falls down, he noticed the tattoo in the arm that says love or something, and he presses the tattoo, and she looks at him, and the movie's still gone. But the point I'm trying to make, Pavlovian, I just read the title, Pavlovian conditioning is what happened on that movie. Everybody got conditioned into not liking people, not liking society, not liking their work, not wanting to go outside because the world was a bad place. The corruption of the world is gone. People are afraid to go outside anymore. I noticed that because I go outside, I don't know, 6:30 p.m. and everybody's closing shop. By 8:30, everything's closed. There's nobody in the street. By 10:30, the streets are empty. It's like, but I remember going out late at night, 10:30 p.m. and people were closing restaurants, and I remember going to the store and like, you see the registers, the lines of registers. I don't know, 20, 30 registers in the front. There's only 5 or 6 open. It's like, I live in the same world I was born into, but this doesn't feel like the world I was born into. It's the same house, but the store that was over there 3 blocks to the right is closed. The store that was over there at the end of the block is closed. The 3 or 4 restaurants around the house are gone. The store that was over there that sell books is gone. The private high school that was 2-3 blocks over there, it's gone. It's like, I do live in the same house. They are the same walls. It's the same floor. But the world is not the same. You go out and people don't look at you in the face anymore. You go out and people cut in line. You are in a 4-way stop, and just because the other dude's going a little bit faster is gonna go and run over the like social fabric all over the world seems to be crumbling. It's like we were conditioned the last decade or so by the internet to become marionettes, to become little puppets that behave in accordance to a program. And people are finally realizing it. Like Moo said that the internet is becoming more toxic. Yeah, the internet's becoming more toxic because the algorithms are driving people into that sort of behavior. Because we've been trained by the internet to argue with everybody and then don't really listen to arguments anymore. It becomes more about who's louder and who can scream the longest, and whoever does it, and don't really get tired about it, about all the toxicity of the internet. That's the person who's right. According to the internet culture. So, I don't know. Those are my 2 grains of salt. There's wilder conspiracy theories that Pavlovian training on the algorithms destroying the internet for profit by corporations. There's another one, uglier, that says scientists fear an electromagnetic pulse is gonna destroy the satellite system in the atmosphere and blow up the communications. There's people saying that Anonymous is hacking, taking down infrastructure. There's people saying banks are having issues making transactions and blah blah blah. I know that. I tried to make a transaction with a card the other day and it wasn't declined. It was just going through. It wasn't. It seemed like there was no communication between the store and the bank. But then I went to a bank and then the bank was able to communicate with my bank and give me money. So it's like the systems are still there, but they seem to be broken. Everything on the web seems to be like you have a computer system with I don't know, a certain internet protocol connection thingy, and you have a new computer with a different protocol thingy, and the old computer's trying to connect with the new computer, but the new computer is not compatible with the old protocol system. That's what feels like it's happening. We're moving from internet curated, human curated internet into algorithm driven system. And if we really, really want to go dark places, wait, your turn. We didn't got to see you. Another dude who says society's gonna collapse in 2024. The game theories. Farewell. Oh, I got it out of there. Well, you can hear the audio.
Basically did what Ricky Gervais told them to do
ago, and how there's been a shift away from all that political yammering that we just showed you.
I watched the Golden Globes last night, for example. An event that was taken off air last year. No political speeches, no virtue signaling, no, thank your aid.
Well, we put politics first and foremost.
Yeah, that too. Politics contaminated the internet. The internet made public something that nobody really care about. You know, when I was little, I was obsessed with politics and economics and stuff like that. And I was like, but why don't more people care about this if it's so important, if it affects everybody and blah 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 and this and that. It's because normal people shouldn't think about these things because normal people really don't know much about these things. And if you don't really know much about a topic, somebody with more knowledge than you can manipulate it into believing something's true, even if it's not. And that's what politics became on the internet. And it's just like my team versus your team. And it's like, I don't know. I don't watch sports. I was gonna make an analogy, but I'm not able to. And I guess that's the final part of the theory. Mark Zuckerberg is building a massive 100 million underground bunker in Hawaii, Doomsday Prepper. Inside the crazy celebrity bunkers, Mark Zuckerberg do 100 million and now it's 250 millions. Apocalypse, ultra rich preparing for World War III and apocalypse. It's about to get even worse. They're planning something terrifying for us. World's top billionaires preparing underworld luxury bunkers. 13 apocalypse doomsday bunkers. Doomsday bunkers for the rich and powerful. Why are the billionaires building bunkers? The super rich secret doomsday bunkers. All of them, if not, have been made the last 12 months. I tried to warn you 10 hours ago. Oh, Lord.
Elon Musk is issuing humanity a grave warning.
There will come a point where no job is needed. The AI will be able to do everything. Profound artificial intelligence, and obviously at a level that far exceeds human intelligence.
We are on the brink of an apocalypse, and artificial intelligence is the unseen force that could doom human civilization.
You know what's crazy? Is that the original Jurassic Park thingy?
Donald.
When this was made on 1993, this was completely science fiction.
Here he comes. Well, here I come. Yes.
Hello. Hello.
Say hello. Say hello.
Hello. Hello, John.
Oh, yes. I've got lines here.
Well, fine, I guess. But how did I get here?
Well, let me show you. First, I'll need a drop of blood. Your blood.
Right. Oh, John, that hurts.
Relax, John. It's all part of the miracle of cloning.
Hello, John. Hello, John. Hello.
Hello, John. From what?
Hello.
Law extraction has never recreated an intact DNA strand.
Not without master sequence gaps.
Good afternoon, John.
DNA from what source? Where do you get 100-million-year-old dinosaur blood?
Shh. What? Oh, it's the DNA. Where did you come from? From your blood. Just one drop of your blood contains billions of strands of DNA, the building blocks of life. A DNA strand like me is a blueprint for building a living thing. And sometimes animals that went extinct millions of years ago, like dinosaurs, left their blueprints behind for us to find. We just had to know where to look. 100 million years ago, there were mosquitoes, just like today. And just like today, they fed on the blood of animals, even dinosaurs. Sometimes, after biting a dinosaur, the mosquito would land on the branch of a tree and get stuck in the sap. After a long time, the tree sap would get hard and become fossilized, just like a dinosaur bone, preserving the mosquito inside. This fossilized tree sap, which we call amber, waited for millions of years with the mosquito inside, until Jurassic Park scientists came along. Using sophisticated techniques, they extract the preserved blood from the mosquito and, bingo, dino DNA. A full DNA strand contains 3 billion genetic codes. If we look at screens like these once a second for 8 hours a day, it'd take 2 years to look at the entire DNA strand. It's that long. It's no. Now that's where our geneticists take over. Thinking machines, supercomputers, and gene sequencers break down the strand in minutes. And virtual reality displays show our geneticists the gaps.
That was fantasy. In 1994, that was science fiction. There were no artificial reality suits. We haven't even completed the genome, the human genome. That was literally fiction. Possibilities.
Well, march or something hadn't been written yet, and then of course the tour moves on.
You know why I'm saying that? Two years ago, why scientists want to resurrect the woolly mammoth? Mammoth resurrection 3 days ago. The extinction and resurrection of the woolly mammoth. Wait. There you go. 8 days ago.
Woolly mammoths had a built-in escape. You get 6 sets of teeth. When the last set is gone, you starve to death.
Yeah.
Real simple.
Real simple. That's the wild.
Yeah.
The wild is a built-in system.
And our ancestors,
switch.
that were living with us, and I'll say this because I know, they were living with us back in the Ice Age. They weren't working against us, and we weren't working against them. All that we wanted to do was survive from one day to the next.
Because it was so brutal.
And that's all they wanted to do.
Yeah.
I went off on this a little bit recently about the way that we portray mammoths being the extinction caused by humans. I'm going, no, you got it all wrong. We live with them side by side for tens of thousands of years. What if we kind of lived together? What if we went out and collected their wool and made clothing? What if we didn't run them off cliffs? I've seen the spear tips. You're not going to stick that through 5 inches of fur, 3 inches of
fat,
skin,
muscle,
leather, to hit a vital organ in a woolly mammoth thrown by a guy from me to Jamie. First of all, you're not going to get that close. It'll stomp the shit out of you. Woolly mammoths have 10, 12-foot tusks. They just don't stand there going, oh,
oof,
stick a spear in me. They're swinging their head. They're cleaning stuff out. The short-faced bears knew better. Short-faced bear will go after a baby mammoth, but not a big woolly mammoth. I think they were kind of like domesticated to some degree. Same thing with muskoxen. I talked to Matt Slingsby up there in Nome about this. He spends a lot of time out there with the muskoxen. He sees how they protect their young.
Yeah.
I can see kind of us living with those guys, domesticating them to some degree. Hey, you leave us alone, we'll leave you alone, but let's work together. We didn't always stick spears in them. All the paintings you see now, even prints online, shows this caveman sticking a spear in a mammoth. I call bullshit on that. And you know why I can do that? Because nobody can say you're full of shit. Because they don't know either.
No, it's a lot of speculation. And until the Younger Dryas impact theory, the main theory as to the extinction event was the berserker theory, that human beings had become such effective hunters. And by the way, this preceded the invention of the bow and arrow. This was the atlatl, so which is essentially like a better method of throwing a spear. Like I have this thing that I throw the ball for with my dog.
Yeah, we got one of those.
You know what I mean? It's like a cup at the end of it, and a long stick, and it allows you to whip that ball really far with leverage. And they had something along those lines that they would throw a spear with. And you probably could kill some young mammoths with that. You definitely could kill some bison with that.
And caribou.
Yeah, you could kill some stuff, but kill them all? No, I don't think so either. I think it was an impact event.
There were very few people in the Ice Age, anyways. Very few. They didn't travel in groups of 100 or 200. I don't think we found evidence of that. But if your choice is to go, let's go knock over that caribou over there. So you find something substantial, you put it in one of the tunnels. We'll come back to that later. We'll get that later.
So you have the brain that's inside of the skull?
No, it's outside the skull.
Really?
Yeah, it was found frozen. And we've had paleontologists.
How is it outside the skull?
Probably the woolly mammoth got ripped apart, and the brain got frozen into the gravel and the muck.
How intact is it?
Half of it's there.
Wow.
That's where they got.
You got a photo of this?
They got their mosquito on the side finally.
I don't know if I posted one or not. I'll have to look.
That's pretty intense. How far away are we from some asshole putting a fucking dinosaur in Costa Rica?
Those guys were all up in Fairbanks, the ones you're talking about. brought him out to the boneyard.
Yeah.
Showed him some of the stuff we got. Now I'll go out on a limb here. This ain't about cloning woolly mammoths. This is about cloning humans.
And so you think they're trying to do it effectively with woolly mammoths first?
I think they're already doing the humans. We just don't know about it because of the ethical issues it brings up.
Where I was going with that, it's not the first time we've been warned through art, through movies, through. If you go back and read 80s fiction, it's today's reality. If you go back and read 70s fiction, it was 90s. If you go back and read, I don't know, 800, not this past. What is it called when it's a century? 100 years? No. 1800s. Back in the day. 1,000 miles under the sea or whatever. From Jules Verne's from the moon to the earth and stuff like that. Becomes this century reality. When I was little, I was obsessed with 80s cyberpunk and cybernetics and AI and human computer interfaces and plugging into the machine and going to the vast web of information and not being a physical body anymore. You know what's crazy? I kind of wanna see this video, but we have so much. It's the first thing that comes up. I didn't know why it was literally appearing in my feed until it just hit me. Just the same way Jurassic Park was just science fiction 20 years ago.
Who's responsible? The man most directly responsible is Miles Bennett Dyson. He's the director of special projects at Cyberdyne Systems Corporation.
Why him?
In a few months, he creates a revolutionary type of microprocessor.
Go on. Then what?
They've been trying to do that from the 80s. They were trying to experiment with superconductors and qubits and three-dimensional processing, not binary code. That's a qubit. A bit of information is binary code, 8 bits. Qubit. It's to the third power. The way I see it is, this is binary, this is tertiary, this is a qubit. That's why it's called a qubit. It's literally the formation 3 rather than binary. Tertiary is the corner of a cube. Why does it matter?
In 3 years, Cyberdyne will become the largest supplier of military computer systems. All stealth bombers are upgraded with Cyberdyne computers, becoming fully unmanned. Afterwards, they fly with
drones? UAB! What's a UAB? Unmanned aerial vehicle. Unmanned aerial vehicle. We still have humans flying it and confirming the kills, but I'm pretty sure they have an autopilot system that provides them back home.
a perfect operational record. The Skynet funding bill is passed. The system goes online on August 4th, 1997. Human decisions are removed from strategic defense.
Human inputs are being removed from everything.
Skynet begins to learn at a geometric rate. It becomes self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Time, August 29th. In a panic, they try to pull the plug.
Skynet fights back.
Yes.
I forgot to mention, in the movie where humans just don't want to go out into the world anymore, what's keeping up society running is robots.
It launches its missiles against the targets in Russia.
Why attack Russia? Aren't they our friends now?
Because Skynet knows that the Russian counterattack will eliminate its enemies over here.
And we're seeing the world suddenly collapse and starting to attack itself
Make
everywhere.
is so fluid and so grammatical that even professional editors sometimes get sucked in and get fooled by this stuff. And we should be worried. For example, ChatGPT made up a sexual harassment scandal about an actual professor, and then it provided evidence for its claim. What I have on the right is an example of a fake narrative from one of these systems. We should all be worried about that kind of thing.
As AI becomes adept at creating falsified evidence, the very foundation of trust in information is shaken, blurring the line between fact and fiction.
I mean, I'm just generally concerned about AI safety, but it's like, what should we do about it? I don't know. Have some kind of regulatory oversight of some kind. It's like you can't just go build a nuclear bomb in your backyard. I think maybe more dangerous than a nuclear bomb.
Really? AI is more dangerous than nuclear weapons.
Now, what happens when something vastly smarter than the smartest person comes along in silicon form?
There's not going to be enough fish
in that circumstance. It's called the singularity. It's it's a singularity like a black hole.
No, he's fine. It's everywhere. If you put attention, this is from the 95. I thought it was from the 80s. It's from the 80s, but this is the remastered version. I just noticed. The first one came out in 95. 85. 87. Something along the 80s. Somewhere along the 80s. This is what...
I remind you that it's an act of treason to withhold information from me relative to this matter, regardless of how classified it is.
Same goes for you.
Whatever the foreign ministry's wishes, this falls within Section 9's jurisdiction. Of course, we have no objections to cooperating if we feel there's adequate cause.
Well, what is it?
It's confirmed. No doubt. It's him.
Him? The doctor is referring to the original pattern of the ghost line that's now in the body. He's simply speaking in generic terms. The sex of the perpetrator isn't known and remains undetermined. Allow me to introduce you. This is the handiwork of the Puppet Master, infamous as the most extraordinary hacker in the history of cybercrime.
Huh?
Your people at Section 9 came across his work too, in that ghost hacking incident involving the foreign minister's interpreter. Section 6 has been following the trail of the Puppet Master for some time now. This case was given our utmost attention. We put together a project team centered around Dr. Willis. They were assigned to analyze every aspect and detail of our criminal. This gave us a fix on his behavioral and code patterns. Ultimately, this enabled us to devise a strategy with which we lured his program into a designated body.
You caused the Puppet Master to dive into a cyborg, then meanwhile murdered his real body?
Yes, that sums it up. He's originally from America, so the U.S. cooperated with us in capturing him. That's why we'd like to take him back ourselves.
In case you don't understand, the Puppet Master is an AI created by the US government that went rogue, escaped into the cyber world, and then put his mind into a body.
You have no objections to this, I hope.
Just another unidentified corpse.
Hey!
You will not find a corpse, because I have never possessed a body.
Why are his sensors on? What the hell is this?
All external controls are turned off. The body's using its own power source.
I entered this body because I was unable to overcome Section 6's reactive barriers. However, what you are now witnessing is an act of my own free will. As a sentient life form, I hereby demand political asylum.
As a sentient life forms, I require political asylum.
The DNA is nothing more than a program designed to preserve itself.
To replicate.
Life has become more complex in the overwhelming sea of information. And life, when organized into species, relies upon genes to be its memory system. So man is an individual only because of his intangible memory. And memory cannot be defined, but it defines mankind.
Imagine being a little child trying to comprehend this gibberish, because if you don't have the scientific background to know what they're talking about, it's like, wait, can you repeat that again to me?
So man is an individual only because of his intangible memory.
So man is only an individual because of its intangible memory. I think I've said it before. We're just fictional personality created out of the circumstances and experiences we have gone through our lives. It's not that I thought about it myself, it's that I comprehended somebody else's perspective on what are we and why are we here.
Memory cannot be defined, but it defines mankind. The advent of computers and the subsequent accumulation of incalculable data has given rise to a new system of memory and thought parallel to your own. Humanity has underestimated the consequences of computerization.
Nonsense! This babble offers no proof at all that you're a living, thinking life form.
And can you offer me proof of your existence? How can you, when neither modern science nor philosophy can explain what life is?
Who the hell is this?
Even if you do...
The amounts of books and ideas that I have to read just to be able to keep up with that conversation. And until this day, I haven't been able to properly get a solution. Why are we here? What are we? Gave myself a bunch of explanations to cope with reality. We are the gardeners. We're here to keep up the planet and protect nature, life, and make everything bloom. And no. What's the purpose of life? The only thing that defies entropy, the only thing that introduces more chaos into the system, is life itself. A system that self-perpetuates, a machine that's able to cog its own wheels. That's life. The purpose of life is to disorder, to disorganize, to create chaos. Because the more chaos is in the system, the less entropy there is. And entropy, in the long run, means the death of a system. When the entropy of the system becomes zero, the system no longer can perform. It has reached equilibrium. But other than that, I cannot give an answer to what life is or why are we here. But that's because I'm limited by my human understanding of things. You're gonna ask me, but how did we end here? I told you I fell in a really deep fucking rabbit hole. Deeper than the gay frog conspiracy theory. Deeper than I don't know, reptilians controlling the music industry and the government. AI. We have reached that point in time where we have been able to...
You have a ghost. We don't offer freedom to criminals. It's the wrong place and time to defect.
Time has been on my side, but that by acquiring a body, I am now subject to the possibility of dying. Fortunately, there is no death sentence in this country.
What is it? Artificial intelligence?
Incorrect. I am not an AI. My code name is Project 2501. I am a living, thinking entity who was created in the sea of information.
Ah. Security, we're under attack.
What is Musk warning us about?
Because you don't know what happens after that. It's hard to predict. So I think we should be cautious with AI, and we should. I think there should be some government oversight because it affects the. It's a danger to the public, and so when you have things that are a danger to the public, like let's say. So food and drugs. That's why we have the Food and Drug Administration and the Federal Aviation Administration,
or the ATF,
the FCC. We have these agencies to oversee things that affect the public, where there could be public harm, and you don't want companies cutting corners on safety, and then having people suffer.
Or you don't want corporations taking advantage of where did I left the other one? Did I close the other video? Yes, I closed the other video. But the IQ thingy, we're saying that the algorithm, company policies changed about monetization and a bunch of the other things. It's like the algorithm is making everybody step into eggshells, trying not to step into eggshells, and that's why people are just simply getting tired of.
Vacation time for Charles there. That's that shit where the audience.
We reached the point where everything has been automized, everything is connected to the internet, everything knows everything about you, but you don't know anything about everything. Computers have become more self-aware than the awareness of humanity. Pretty sure that's what's driving people away.
Concerned and like, damn, we might need a search and rescue team. Like, Charles might be in trouble here. This could be a message, a deeper message. Subs I had at the time.
Like MatPat quitting, like PewDiePie quitting, like Sniper Wolf getting kicked out of the internet. It seems like AI is getting rid of the major influencers because they're competition. Even the implementation of regulation of artificially created content on YouTube, there was an update in regards to that. So I'm pretty sure people are getting tired of the grind because the grind was manually curated by human interaction. It's like, what if we do this or what if we do that? Now it's an algorithm driven by impressions, watch time, click-through rate, ad revenue. So I don't know, maybe Elon wasn't something, maybe Ghost in the Shell wasn't something, maybe just like Jurassic Park was just fantasy that became reality. Terminator was fantasy that became reality. Oh, we have somebody in the chat. Those names. How am I supposed to pronounce it? Sign SXR? You're a bot. You're an AI into my chat. You're a spy. Welcome, AI spy thingy bot.
As a result. So that's why I've actually for a long time been a strong advocate of AI regulation. A group that initially seeks insight into AI, then
but it's
solicits
delayed.
opinion from industry, and then has proposed rulemaking.
But it's delayed. The algorithm already runs the internet.
Just vanished in an instant because I took 4 days off from streaming, and I still haven't gotten them any other large creators. This was one of the main motivators behind Ludwig's subathon, if I remember correctly. He took like a week-long vacation and lost like 10,000 subs and kind of panicked to try and get them back and did the subathon.
See what I mean? The algorithm, like MatPat video. If we go back to. It's been when it was 8 hours, he had 6 million views. He has 9 hours, he has 7 billion views now, and when PewDiePie quit for like the 10th time. This one. 7.1 million views in 6 months, while MatPat got 7 million views in 9 hours. Why algorithm-driven content? Because this is sensational and everybody's talking about it, and PewDiePie had quit. I said after the meme review era, he gave up. After the Coco Melon thingy, that's when he quit. And he came back, and he quit, and he came back, and he quit. And he finally is living a life where he's happy, not having probably that 10, 20 million views in like an hour or two. Now he gets 1 million views in 10 days. 3 million views. 1.8. He probably feels like, well, whatever. I'm not gonna be able to keep up with the algorithm and making everybody, or giving everybody the content they want to watch.
I remember Tyler 1 made a quick statement on stream after a short time off, where he's like, man, I lost 15,000 subscribers. And this is just something that happens. If you're not there every single night, basically, on streaming, since the online audience is always frothing at the mouth for content, they'll find other streamers elsewhere to...
I don't think it's the audience. I think it's the algorithm.
Maybe they come back, maybe they don't. And maybe they do come back, but they don't have a Twitch Prime, right? Like, there's just so many things at play that do ultimately have a big impact on the person's income when they're a streamer. Which is why you very rarely see streamers take a long vacation, or even if they do take a vacation, they still stream during it. Because it's kind of scary not to, because even just taking one day off can result in a drastic decline overnight, basically. So for Tfue to talk about this, like, I understand the perspective where if he wasn't streaming every single day, and I know he had a Twitch contract, so he also had minimum hour guaranteed that he had to hit, which I imagine was probably like 160.
That happened to me as well on Instagram. The year that I started to post daily pictures every single day after day, I almost hit 2K followers, and then the next 6 months I stopped posting every single day, and I posted one time a week, and my followers started to go down, and they plateau at about 1.2K, and they stayed there for about 6 months, and then after that it started to go 1.5, 1.2, 1.3, and then all of a sudden 900, and I panicked, and I was like, But I had 1,000 followers on Instagram. I was an influencer, and I started to pump my numbers up through outside promotion. I was using a Facebook account to promote my Instagram, and that gave me back my 1,000 followers, 1,070 followers, 1,080 followers, and then all of a sudden, bloop, your account has been suspended because blah 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 blah. Oh, the grind. 1.5 years, 2 years trying to make content, and all of a sudden, poof. And when one of your platforms fall, it's like, what's the point of making YouTube videos anymore? What's the point of having a Twitter? What's the point of... I haven't checked my account in a while. I'm pretty sure there's no new followers. I haven't made any videos. 366. There hasn't been new followers.
Join me on a
but it really fucks up your head once you start to see the algorithm.
The online audience is always frothing at the mouth for content. They'll find other streamers elsewhere to fill that void because it's such a competitive space. Maybe they come back, maybe they don't. And maybe they do come back, but they don't have a Twitch Prime, right? Like, there's just so many things at play that do ultimately have a big impact on the person's income when they're a streamer. Which is why you very rarely see streamers shitty thing to go through. So I understand why that would be frustrating and make him feel like, you know, he can't really set aside time to do other things that he wants to do outside of streaming. And in the video, he said something that I think is a really interesting look at how the perspective shifts once someone reaches that level and is kind of trapped doing the same stuff. He said that in the beginning, gaming was an escape from reality, but now reality is an escape from gaming for him, because it's now just become something that he is completely obligated to do and isn't finding enough joy in anymore to make it feel like he's spending his time in a good.
That's why PewDiePie went from 5 years of making gaming content into 5 years of making reaction content into a couple year or two of making video logs since he moved back to Japan or into Japan.
Way that makes him happy. Now he's in a very fortunate position where he has generational wealth. He has oodles of clams, millions upon millions of dollars that he can use to live his life to the absolute fullest and do the most thrilling shit imaginable if he chooses to off the internet. And I think he recognizes how lucky he is, because there's countless people that would love to just leave their 9 to 5 to be able to explore what makes them happiest. And that's fundamentally what Tifu's doing. He's just in a fortunate, lucky position.
You know what's insane? You know what keeps purpose to life? That 9 to 5. Doesn't matter if you're a gas station worker, a cashier at a restaurant, a cashier at a store, a mechanic, a cook, a dishwasher. Whatever you're doing is what gives meaning to your life. The only problem is that society imposes you the idea that you have to be, I don't know, the next Stephen Hawking, or the next what was the dude from Apple, Steve Jobs, or I don't know, Michio Kaku, or like the next Robert Downey Jr., whatever big name you can think about it. It's like the key to happiness is finding fulfillment, you know, in whatever you're doing completely and totally with intention. It's like, I'm gonna sing, but I'm gonna be the best singer in the world. I'm gonna make sandwiches, but I'm gonna make the best sandwiches in the world. I'm gonna, I don't know, fill up your tank, but I'm gonna give you the best service in the world. People lost the pride they had while doing things. And if you don't find joy in just being, no matter what you do, it will never be enough. I guess it's we have lost perspective. We have lost, I don't want to say knowledge, because I'm pretty sure we have more knowledge today than we ever did in the whole history of humanity. I think it's more about the relationship of that information and how it connects with everything in the world. It's like me trying to make sense of this.
From America, so the U.S. cooperated with us because I have never possessed a body. Why are his sensors on? What the hell is this?
The first time you find the idea of it's a brain, it thinks, but it doesn't have a body. Therefore, there is no thinking. Therefore, there is no brain. Therefore, consciousness and physicality are not connected. If you ever manage to have a lump of information that information will self-arrange to the point where it becomes self-aware. Philosophically speaking, people always ambition that reality came down from the ether. It was some sort of external, outside element that came into existence. It was first a primordial substance that crystallized into physicality, and for the people, the old world, physicality was the lowest point of existence, and spirituality was the highest point of existence. Spirituality being an equivalent to information, because we didn't know back then that, oh, what are we made out of? Genes. And what are the genes? Information. And what does that information do? It dictates your cells what they are. What do you mean? Well, it tells your skin it's skin, and your meat it's meat, and your bone that's bone. How does information do that? Because it self-arranges. How does it do that? Because it's self-aware. But not at this high, convoluted level. It's self-aware the same way two pieces of magnetic iron will attract each other because of the properties of matter, because there's information embedded in the existence of that matter. So you're like, if information, the collection of information is consciousness, then is consciousness and physicality completely separated concepts? Can consciousness exist outside physicality? I don't know. That's what I've always wondered. But to be able to answer those questions, to give meaning to life, you gotta gather information from all the sources you can to be able to analyze that information. I'm pretty sure we already created something that's better at organizing and analyzing information than we are. Yeah, it analyzes information and it does better than we do. I have trouble recalling information when I'm thinking and I'm like, oh, think. And it's like, there, boom, pull it out. And it's like, oh, you're wrong. But the internet corrects you. The biggest library of information corrects me. Because it's know what I'm trying to think. We have created a replacement. Doesn't matter if it's, I don't know.
He is financially secure enough to just step away from his job, his career. And this video,
if you're Tfue or you're PewDiePie or you're MatPat, the algorithm gets to you. And that's why this dude's crying.
March 9th, I will be hosting my last theory episode, at which point I'll be... You're not just numbers. You're not just ad impressions. You're not just merch sales.
Why are you quitting then? He said it. He's tired.
Because this is all about us being honest. There is a bit of a selfish side to this. When you think about it, there's only really two ways to step away from a YouTube channel. You either just decide the day that you stop uploading and you're like, I'm done, or you just keep uploading videos from now until the heat death of the universe, and you watch as your relevance slowly dies or your passion slowly dies. And for me and my journey in this book,
he's quitting on a high note. Unlike PewDiePie.
I mean, how great Sweden is.
When you don't serve the purpose of feeding the algorithm more information, you simply become irrelevant. 3.1, 1.3, 3.2, 4, 2.7. 2.9, 1.8, 1.5, 1.3, 2.6, 3.9, 5, 3.2, 1.2, 1.6, 2.8. Maybe he will never be able to get PewDiePie numbers. As in back when he will get like 10 million views in a day or something like that. See? 11 million views. That used to be him a year ago. 4, 3, 5, 3, 5, 8, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 8, 4, 5, 7. See, even at that high of a level, it's like, but I was getting 10 million views and now I'm only getting 1.5 million views. You cannot keep up with the demand of the algorithm anymore because the internet is not curated by humans anymore. It's algorithm driven. It's AI driven. It's computer driven. Skynet became alive. Where the fuck are you? I hear him, but I don't know where he is. He must be in the kitchen. Unless he went outside and he's in my window. No, he's not in my window. So, he's in the kitchen. This was a theory. A conspiracy theory! It's kind of sad. But oh well. Go out on a high note, or, well, like you said, continue bloating, slowly decaying until the dead heat of the universe. Which is probably completely wrong. Just, if you know, you know. Let's go open up PUBG. Let's step out of the conspiracy theory realm. The fucker is able to open up the fucking door. No, dude, if you open up that door, it gets really cold in here. You're a cat, you have fur. I don't.